Alexander fires. It's picked off. Aaron Bain has it, then drops it. Big play off the right side. Chris Rainey trying to add to his passing numbers, and he will do so. Pass is caught. Lewis Murphy, touchdown, Florida.
There's a theory in college football that claims a team improves the most between weeks 1 and 2. How you doing, everybody? Let's talk sports. The UH Warriors are definitely hoping that serves true following a 56-10 shellacking at the hands of Florida at the Swamp this past Saturday. After playing the Gators to a scoreless stalemate through the first quarter, Warriors saw Florida rip off 56 straight thanks to a whole bunch of turnovers before the fourth quarter even came around. But head coach Greg McMackin says despite the blowout loss, there are reasons to be encouraged.
With a veteran team at the Sugar Bowl, we did the same thing. We turned the ball over 6 times, and with a rookie team or a new team, that's what beat us this time. You can't turn the ball over that many times and win a ball game. But we had a lot of positive things that happened. Our kickers did a great job. Our returners did a great job. Our running game is there. We're still going to win the WAC championship, and we're still going to win a bowl game. So, you know, I would just think that people realize we played one of the top 5 football teams in a tough situation, and we're going to learn from it.
Yesterday, Coach Mack announced a change at the quarterback spot. It'll be 4th-year junior Inoke Funaki getting the start against Weber State this Saturday. Funaki threw Hawaii's only touchdown of the game in the fourth quarter, coming in as the Warriors' 3rd-string QB after Greg Alexander, who turned it over 3 times as a starter against the Gators, and Brent Roush, who tossed a pick 6.
Inoke doesn't have the arm, but he's got a lot of other positives, and he showed that in the ball game in the fourth quarter. We thought we could bring the other 2 guys along in the system, but it's going to take a little longer, just like it did with Rolo, just like it did with Colt. When Inoke was told that he wasn't, he was the 3rd guy, he didn't cry, he didn't whine, he just tried to make the other guys better. And when he got his opportunity, he made the most of it. And that's what I respect about him, and that's why he's going to get a shot.
Bit of an injury update for the Warriors. Coach Mack says it is not likely that running back Daniel Libre or starting left tackle Laupepa Leituli will play this weekend against Weber State. Libre suffered a high ankle sprain while running for 35 yards on 4 carries against Florida, and Leituli has an apparent shoulder injury. Both were to undergo MRIs today. If Libre is out, Coach says Kealoha Pilaris could move from the slot back position to his original position at running back, while Aaron Kia is a candidate who could possibly fill Leituli's potential void. As mentioned, next up for the Warriors, a home game against Division I AA or Football Championship subdivision opponent Weber State. 1-0 Wildcats feature 10 players from Hawaii. Kickoff is Saturday night at 6:05. Former Warrior receiver Ashley Leili is getting another shot at turning his pro career around. Leili, released the other day by the 49ers, inked a 1-year deal today with the Oakland Raiders. Ashley was a first-round draft pick back in 2001 and has 206 career receptions in 6 seasons with the Broncos, Falcons, and Niners. But he has not posted strong numbers over the last 3 years. Also today, former UH offensive lineman Keenan Forney was picked up by the Chargers after being released the other day by Atlanta. Forney's entering his 8th NFL season. Plus, former UH defensive end Melila Purcell was signed to the Browns practice squad. Same thing for C.J. Hawthorne, the receiver out of Hawaii with the Bills. They joined Kamehameha grad Brennan Carvalho, who jumped on the practice squad for the Packers yesterday.
We have a lot of positives, and, we're still going to win the WAC championship, and we're still going to win a bowl game.
Alexander fires. It's picked off.
I would just think that people realize we played, one of the top 5 football teams in a tough situation, and we're going to learn from it.
I hope you're all having a pleasant evening. There's a new 48-hour rule at UH. Head coach Greg McMackin allowed his football team 2 days to get over Saturday's season-opening 56-10 loss at Florida. Now, he says it's time for the Warriors to move on. Mack wants his team to forget about the 6 turnovers. He's also made a decision to change at quarterback. Starter Greg Alexander, 11 for 21, 57 yards, 2 picks and a couple of fumbles. Brent Roush, 2 for 7, 14 yards, also an INT. New number 1 QB, Inoke Funaki, 8 of 11 against the Gators for 110 yards, a pick and a touchdown. Coaches love his heart and his attitude.
When Inoke was, I think, you know, he was the third guy. He didn't cry, he didn't whine. He just tried to make the other guys better. And when he got his opportunity, he made the most of it. And that's what I respect about him, and that's why he's going to get a shot.
Kahuku Grad will get the ball in game 2 this week versus Weber State. Funaki's ability to scramble, getting himself out of trouble, gives the Warriors another dimension on offense, but the plan is to rein him in a little bit.
I think he is a gamer. He runs around really too much. I mean, you know, we're a passing offense and set up the run with the pass. We don't want a guy just running around, scrambling around all the time. We want him to run the offense, but he does a good job scrambling.
Greg Salas caught Funaki's touchdown despite suffering a hand injury during the game. He should be good to go this Saturday. Running back Daniel Libre is a question mark, though. He suffered a high ankle sprain that may move Kealoha Polaris from slot back to running back. Offensive tackle Laupepa Letuli probably out with an elbow injury. McMackin says there were positives, naming kicker Dan Kelly, punter Tim Grasso, and long snapper Jake Ingram on special teams. On defense, Mac says he gave high marks to linebackers Braxton Sotele, Solomon Elamimian, and Adam Leonard. Ryan Muta, he graded out well in the secondary. And up front, coach says Keala Watson and David Vekune dominated.
Good evening, everybody. The Warriors have a new starting quarterback, and he's a local boy from Kahuku High School. Head coach Greg McMackin confirmed in his press conference today that last week's third-string QB, Inoke Funaki, will get the start against Weber State this Saturday.
When Inoke was told that he wasn't, you know, he was the third guy, he didn't cry, he didn't whine. He just tried to make the other guys better. And when he got his opportunity, he made the most of it. And that's what I respect about him, and that's why he's going to get a shot. Ron Lee, Rolo, and I all believe that he deserves a shot this weekend.
As for quarterbacks Greg Alexander and Brent Roush, McMackin says they just need a little more time learning the system.
I'm not disappointed in them. They're doing a good job. Greg took us down. He ran that first quarter. They're both excellent quarterbacks. So we haven't given up on them. They just have to be in the package more, and we have to be able to coach them more.
Injury news now, and McMackin says it looks like running back Daniel Libre will not play on Saturday. The 5'8" senior is on crutches after suffering a high ankle sprain. McMackin says a familiar face from Damien will now step back into the position he played last season.
We're talking about the possibility of moving Kealoha Polaris to running back. There's a real good chance that Jake Hune might be ready for the ball game, so we're waiting to see how that goes too. But I would think that I would know that Kealoha is going to get some time at running back.
Also of note, offensive lineman Laupepa Letuli is also likely out this week with a bad left shoulder, but starting wideout Greg Salas, who suffered a fracture to his left hand, should be good to go. In the NFL, former Warrior Ashley Lilly will stay in the Bay Area, signing a one-year deal with the Oakland Raiders today. Lilly was released by the 49ers yesterday. The former first-round pick has been dealing with a strained calf. He caught just 10 passes for 115 yards last season. A few other Warriors also made it back into the NFL. Offensive lineman Keenan Fournette was picked up by the Chargers today. He was released by Atlanta on Saturday. And after being dropped by the Browns, D lineman Mel Purcell signed with Cleveland's practice squad. Also, wideout C.J. Hawthorne signed on with the team who cut him. He'll be on the Bills' practice squad.